What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Lex and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a layering video for you guys, a winter themed layering video. I have not done one since fall, so number one, if you did not watch that one, definitely check that one out. I will link it up top because most of those you can literally still wear during the winter season as well. Also, if you are interested in layering videos and fragrance and beauty content in general, please do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell and like this video and leave me a comment, girl. We're gonna have a mix of perfumes and fragrance mist as I always do. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before I get into the combos, girls, I feel like I need to do a little layering refresher for any of you guys who may be new and you are not familiar with how to layer. Typically, I like to spray different areas of my body with different things. I typically, well, number one, always make sure you're showering. Okay, always make sure you're showered, you're clean, you are applying to a clean base. Make sure you are moisturized, especially during the winter season. You really want to make sure you are going in with your thicker body butters, your body creams, your lotions, your body oils, and sealing in that moisture so you have a really solid base for your layering routine. And then lastly, of course, if you have layers on, girl, this is literally like the easiest time of year to layer because you've got your scarves, you've got your thermals on, your undergarments, your tights. You can spray fragrance on all of these things, y'all. Most of the time in the winter, I'm really not even spraying my fragrance directly on my body anymore because I have so many layers on top of that. So I'm usually spraying most of my stuff on my clothes unless I'm like testing something out or I'm wearing something really close to the skin intentionally. You can literally go in with your base layer, put your tights and your long johns on, spray on your stronger fragrances that you don't want to smell like directly up under you. So if you are someone like me, you deal with migraines and things like that, spray your stronger fragrance further away from your body. So like your ankles, your kneecaps, things like that, your waist, like spray them further away. Spray your lighter things up top. Or you can do one of my favorite things to do, which is spraying one half of your body with one thing and spraying another half of your body with something else. So you can do your perfume on this side and your fragrance mist on this side, or you can do alternating sprays. So a perfume here, perfume here, perfume here, fragrance mist here, fragrance mist here, fragrance mist. You don't want to spray everything on top of each other because it turns into a jumbled mess and you really don't achieve the desired effect. You want to just have layers of fragrance. So no matter where somebody's walking past you or where they smell you or where the wind blows, they're going to get an overall mixture of everything that you're wearing in different layers, so you're going to smell good regardless. So usually in the summertime, I like to do a fragrance oil on my pulse points. I'm not applying my fragrance directly onto my skin most of the time since it's so cold out. I usually just spray whatever on different articles of clothing and things like that, and I'm usually good to go. Now, let's go ahead and jump into these combos, y'all. So the first one is going to be called True Tiramisu. I created this combo because the perfume that's in this combo that is supposed to smell like tiramisu, I feel like was missing a little something. So I just wanted to play up on that and create a true tiramisu type of scent. So this combo was inspired by Tiramisu Speculoos. This is a newer Middle Eastern fragrance in my collection that I really, really love. It is such a sweet, syrupy type of smell. And it says that there is a coffee note in here, which tiramisu is a coffee-based dessert, but I really do not smell that. So I decided to pair this perfume not only with a more coffee forward fragrance, but also a fragrance mist that gives it more of a creamy dessert-like note that really reminds me of that whipped, fluffy, creamy coffee consistency of a true tiramisu. So I paired it with none other than Black Opium Le Parfum, which this, in my opinion, is the most vanillic of all of the Black Opium flankers. This has 3 different types of vanilla in it. I don't recall from the notes if coffee is still listed as a note in here, but I do still get coffee in here like in the original Black Opium, but it's more subdued in here and it definitely blends better overall with the fragrance. So I found that it blended perfectly with Tiramisu Speculoos and really gave me that vanilla coffee aspect that I felt like was missing from here. I also topped it with good old tried and true Bath & Body Works coconut cream pie. Y'all, if you still have this in your collection, girl, please pull her out and pair it with these two because I felt like I was weighing the fragrance down. It needs something creamy. It needs something buttery. It needs something kind of flaky and that really embodies that whipped consistency of a tiramisu. And that is what coconut cream pie is. She's buttery. She's flaky. It smells like creamy coconut cream pie. Like that's literally what it smells like. You get this kind of flaky golden butter crust, and that reminds me of the layer of a tiramisu. So These three together, totally bomb, delicious, a gourmand lover's dream. And if you have these in your collection, definitely try these out. Now this next one again was inspired by the perfume that this is centered around. The perfume that I'm going to be using is Naughty Nona from Sniff, and this is their newest release, and I have fallen in love with this scent, y'all. This is nothing super beast mode, but if you are a fan of scents like Lattafa's Camera, Killian's Angel Share, those kind of boozy, almost cinnamon pastry like fragrances, it's in the same family, but I feel like this one is done so well because it kind of takes out that heavy cinnamon and booze note and really scales it back, and it plays up more on the pastry note. It plays up more on the candied fruits, and there's also a little citrus. So in my opinion, this really smells like a candy fruit lemon citrus rum cake and the rum is like really in the background, and it's just giving the fragrance overall this kind of warm syrupy sweetness, and it's not super masculine leaning. It smells really good, so I really love this. I was wearing this down with two fragrances, Kayali's Yum Bougie Marshmallow, which this bottle is now empty, but part of the reason why I emptied it is from this combo and the next one that I'm going to show you guys. So I really love the strawberry and the citrus, the marshmallow, the creaminess. I really liked what that added to Naughty Nona, so I really love the two together. But I also paired it with the Emily in Paris Macaron Cloud. I have been loving this mist, you guys. And this is, of course, so many of the girlies have said that this is very comparable to Whipped Berry Meringue, Cotton Candy Clouds, Boardwalk Taffy, all of those. But to me, y'all, the more that I wear this, the more that this reminds me of the discontinued Wrapped in Vanilla. This is definitely fruitier and not as vanilla forward. Wrapped in Vanilla definitely has more of a buttercream vibe, but this just reminds me so much of it. And so the fact that it has kind of that fruity, whipped fluffy meringue like texture felt like that was the perfect addition to these two already kind of fruity scents, where this one you're getting a little bit of booze, you're getting that buttery pastry note, and here you're getting this creamy strawberry with a little bit of citrus and some cream, and all three of them came together beautifully to create my Italian rum cake. This next combo, y'all, is actually a revamp of a combo that I did in a layering video from a few years ago. But this one is called Strawberry Milk. And you can actually use a couple of different fragrances to create this combo, but I will show you guys what I use. For the two strawberry perfumes, of course, you could do Yum Bougie Marshmallow, which is one of the times, which is what I wore a few of the different times that I did this combo. But I also used my beloved Burberry Hair Elixir because I'm trying to use Miss Girl Up. I've already finished this one and I still have not finished this one, and I've had this one way longer, but this is my girl. This is my love. They are both very similar, but Yum Bougie Marshmallow is definitely more of that candy sweet strawberry where there's some citrus in there. It's kind of got that fairy dust and marshmallowy effect, whereas Burberry Her Elixir has a woodier dry down, and there's also some jasmine in here. So if I had to compare the two, I would say this is like nighttime and this is daytime. This one's definitely sexier, stronger, and gives me a little bit more of a wintertime vibe, but you could use either or. Then you're going to go in with none other than Bianco Latte. It is a very lactonic perfume. There is some caramel in here, there's some honey in here, there's tonka, vanilla, of course, and overall it just comes across as very thick, very creamy, almost kind of like some sort of really sweet spiced milk. So I thought that it went perfectly with these two strawberry perfumes. And of course, if you really want to turn it up a notch and add your fragrance mist on top, I decided to go in with Strawberry Snowflakes and Bare Vanilla Daydream. You can literally use any Bare Vanilla flanker, girl. It does not have to be this one, but for me, this one definitely smells very sweet, very fluffy, marshmallow and creamy. And it almost gives me something kind of lactonic and milky. So I thought it worked perfectly with this combo. And then of course, Strawberry Snowflakes is just that girl. It's literally strawberries and cream. So all of these together just created this beautiful, fluffy, girly, fun, flirty strawberry milk bubble, and I just absolutely loved it. It smelled so good. Also, if you don't have Bianco Latte, you can 100% use the Middle Eastern perfume dupe, which is Lattafa Eclair. This combo was a little bit more simple, but this one is called Winter Wonderland, and I really wanted to capture the essence of like snow, if snow had a smell, and also just winter in general. So obviously, I wanted to go in with something vanilla because when I think of snow, I think of sweet, I think of fluffy, I think of marshmallows, and that's kind of the vibe that I wanted to go with. But I also was really inspired by a really popular, tried and true fragrance mist that I wear every single winter, and that is Snowflakes and Cashmere from Bath & Body Works, which is a quintessential winter fragrance mist to me. It smells woody, it smells cozy. It literally just reminds me of if you are snuggled up in like a cashmere sweater and it's snowing outside, you're sitting in front of a fireplace and you just smell sweet and clean and cozy. There's a caramel note in here, and overall this just smells very classy and put together. So I was inspired by this fragrance mist, but I decided to pair it with Bare Vanilla Daydream again, because like I told you guys, this one really just gives me a marshmallowy cloud effect, and I feel like the two together, they just smell gorgeous, and it just smells like snowflakes or a winter wonderland. And I also wanted to pair it with Sniff's Vanilla Vice because this is a woodier vanilla, but to me this dries down to a really creamy, almost like a spicy ice cream. So I feel like these three together went amazing. They just smelled a little bit woody, a little creamy, and it had this edge of sexiness to it, but it overall just reminded me of like a winter wonderland. And that is why this combo is called Winter Wonderland. This next one, another milk lactonic type of scent, but this one is called Milk and Cookies. I know we're past Christmas. Santa already went back to the North Pole, but I still eat milk and cookies throughout the winter. So of course I had to start with my fave Commodities Milk Expressive. This is a rich, woody tonka marshmallow lactonic scent, and this just screams winter to me. This is definitely for my gourmand lovers, but also if you aren't a gourmand lover, you may still potentially enjoy this because it has a very spicy, woody dry down that 100% be unisex, and it just has something very niche-esque about it where it's not a basic marshmallow, basic vanilla type of fragrance. And so this is going to create the milk for your milk and cookies combo. But if you don't have this, if you have Bath & Body Works Milk Fragrance Mist, these are 100% two completely different fragrances, but this will give you that lactonic factor that you are looking for if you don't have this and you were able to pick this up while it was still in stores. I don't know if it's still in stores, honestly, y'all, but this was really, really hard to find during semi-annual sale. And this is a true lactonic creamy milk fragrance. So if you want a straight up milk scent, you can also use this as well. And I decided to pair it with two fragrance mists, Victoria's Secret Warm Cookie. This is basically a sweet gingerbread cookie scent. I definitely get the icing and the little gumdrops on here as well. So it gives it this fun fruity factor. So it's just not straight up cookie scent. It's not straight up milk and cookies. There's a fruity fun element to it as well. And lastly, to tie everything all together, I went in with Vanilla Bean Noel because Vanilla Bean Noel has a caramel note, a vanilla note, and it also has a very familiar musk that is also in Commodities Milk Expressive. So I just love this scent, y'all. I freaking love this scent. And all three of them together, it literally smelled like the most rich, thick, delicious cookie dipped in a gigantic mug of milk, girl. And I just love that smell. It smelled so good. I think I wore this to the movies, y'all. I went to see Mufasa and literally everybody kept telling me how good I smelled. And it was a bunch of kids in there, y'all. So, you know, if kids are telling you you smell good, you smell good. Really, really enjoyed this combo. Again, I personally did not use milk, but I feel like it can give you the same effect if you don't have this fragrance. I feel like you could do this with any lactonic fragrance. This next one is called Classy Honey, and this was inspired by a perfume that I am just loving now, that I just emptied my travel size of, and I'm about to go to town on this full-size bottle. But this is Letta's Bourbon Brulee, and I'm probably going to be talking about this in my next favorites video. I don't know if I'm posting that first or posting this one, but I have truly fallen in love with this scent, y'all. There is just so many different elements of things that I love in this fragrance. There are some gourmand elements. There are a couple of the more cosmetic-y, sweet lipstick-like floral elements in here. There is a little bit of booze. There's something woody. There's something a little herbal in here. There are just so many different things that give this such a unique, classy feel. And this is like a perfect winter fragrance for me, y'all. So I have just been obsessed with this, and I really wanted to add things to this to make this smell just a touch more feminine, even though I feel like it was perfect on its own. I just love to layer stuff, girl. So to really jazz this up a little bit, I layered it with these two mists right here, girl. And honestly, this is a combo in itself. So if you don't have the Letta Bourbon Brulee, I'm going to tell you a perfume you can use in its place. But this combo with the Letta Bourbon Brulee was hands down 10 out of 10. In the Stars, y'all already know, is heavily compared to Ariana Grande's Cloud and Baccarat, but I definitely feel like the sugared tangelo in here definitely makes it smell more feminine, a little bit more whimsical. This just smells classy to me. This is definitely one of Bath & Body Works' most complimented, best-selling fragrances for a reason. And also the honey, which is another one that I'm just so happy they released a fragrance mist of this year. It's just such a classy, beautiful, warm honey. And even though it's just one note throughout, it just smells so good, y'all. So wearing these two together, honestly, it just smells like a classy woman, because these are both very high-end smelling mists from Bath & Body Works. But when I paired it with Lettuce Bourbon Brulee, it just took it off the charts. It just completely took it off the charts, y'all. So if you have this perfume, number one, you can do this layering combo, like I said, with just these mists. But if you have this perfume, I promise you that will turn it up a notch. Now, if you don't have this, something that gives me a very similar vibe, not completely 100% the same, but a similar vibe that I also wore with this combo that smelled amazing, was Fleur's Vanilla Skin. And this, of course, adds a more vanilla dominant note to the combo, but this still has this very unique woody sweetness that reminds me a lot of Lettuce Bourbon Brulee. So even if you have the fragrance mist of this, you can do all three of these together, and it's going to give you the most beautiful, sweet, warm honey with a touch of floral, a touch of woodiness, and this really, really beautiful dry down, y'all. And I just love this combo together. This literally smells like you are going out, you're going to a ball, you're going to a gala, some type of holiday party, a New Year's party. I know we well into the new year, y'all, but this is honestly something I'm considering wearing for my birthday. I haven't really completely nailed down my birthday scent, but I definitely think I want to potentially do this combo with Lettuce Bourbon Brulee for one of the nights that I go out for my birthday. And this next one, y'all, is another one that I have revamped from that same layering video I did a few years ago. One of the perfumes that I originally used, I have since emptied, so I am now switching it to a different one that is very similar and adding a couple of different mists in. This is going to be based around my beloved Vanilla 28, which is one of the most beautiful brown sugar, spicy, sexy vanillas. And I just love this, y'all. This and most of the perfumes in this video, you guys, are fragrances that I recommended for the top women's winter fragrances. So if you did not see that, definitely check that out. I will link it up top. But I wanted to pair this with my beloved Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, because honestly, I have already emptied a bottle of this, you guys, and I really just have kind of neglected her. Like, I have really not been wearing this much, and I need to show her a little bit of love, because I do want to get the Intense at some point, because I do feel like I like that one just a hair better, but they are very, very similar, and this is just one of my loves, one of my faves. Like, I raved about this when this first came out, and I just absolutely loved it. So the name of the combo is Lemon Spice Cake. This already has a boozy panna cotta note in here, and there is some lemon, some vanilla, and then of course this is going to give you the brown sugar, the kind of rich syrupy sweetness, and these two together already smell amazing. I did this combo originally with Jerjoff's Lyra, but I have since emptied that fragrance, so I wanted to basically do the same thing with something I already had. So these two together obviously smell amazing. But as far as the fragrance mist, I went in with Bath & Body Works Iced Lemon Pound Cake, which is very similar in scent to Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion. Now, I will say, if you don't have this anymore, or you weren't able to get it when it first came out, there is now a new dupe out, which I don't know if I will be shopping. I know y'all are probably going to ask, but I don't know if I'm going to be shopping that collection. Like I told you guys, I am trying to be very strict about my no-buy. So if I get them at some point in the future, maybe, but right now I don't foresee me buying those. I'm not sure. If you want a dupe for Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion, I have been hearing that that one is very spot on. It is called Loyal to You, but I'm using Iced Lemon Pound Cake because it gives me a very similar vibe, and I really want to play up on that cake note, which leads me to the next fragrance, which is Glazed Vanilla and Dreamy from Victoria's Secret. This definitely has an underlying kind of bready pastry note. So I feel like all of these together play really, really well, and they definitely give you a little bready, buttery factor that gives you the layers of the cake. And then you have a little bit of vanilla glaze. And then of course you have the spice from Vanilla 28 and a little bit of that rum panna cotta type of vibe from Devotion. So all of these paired beautifully together, a beautiful, spicy, brown, sugary lemon cake, and I absolutely loved it. Now, most of these were Gourmand in here, and y'all know I am a Gourmand lover, but for those of you who watch to the end and you are very much a fruity girl, you like something a little bit more fruity, a little bit more playful, I got you. This last combo is called Peach Prosecco. This is a perfume I have been trying so hard to find the perfect layering combo with, y'all, because this is a perfume that needs nothing, okay? Donna Karan's Palo Santo and Cashmere is a masterpiece. She is a work of art. The way the peach is done in here, the way the Palo Santo, the vanilla, this is truly a beautifully blended fragrance that I feel like needs nothing, okay? But me being me, I wanted to really make this a little bit more fun and playful and play up on a little bit more of the fruity factor in here. So I paired it with a newer perfume to my collection, which is Sniff Me. This is Sniff's newest fragrance, and it is a Your Skin But Better fragrance. But there is also, I believe, peach and plum in here. It's either peach and plum or pear and peach, something like that, girl. It's one of the stone fruits, okay? And it's very, very fruity in the opening. And there's also some caramel. And then, of course, that woody, musky dry down. So these two already pair beautifully together. This, especially as a base, it just really adds a unique, personalized factor to this fragrance and does play up a little bit more on that fruity factor. But I paired it with none other than Bath & Body Works Champagne Toast. This, number one, not only gave it a little bit more dimension from it just being a fruity, woody fragrance, this added some bubbles, this added some sparkle, and also the fruity aspect of this really brought some life to Donna Karan's Palo Santo and Cashmere. So this overall is just such a warm, bubbly, fizzy, fun, feminine combo, and I absolutely love this, y'all. Like, I really feel like this might be one of my favorites from this entire video because, of course, I love my gourmands, but this one is just ultra feminine, sexy, fun, and fruity, and this is giving me a fun girls' night out. This is also another one I'm high-key considering wearing for my birthday, so I just love this one, and it's not super different for me, girl, but you know, I'm always wearing gourmands and foodie scents, so this is a nice one to switch it up just a bit and take this in a different, fun, and fruity direction, and I really enjoyed it. All right, you guys, that is it for this layering video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, do not forget to leave me a comment, girl. Let me know which combo was your favorite, which one you are looking to try. And also, let me know some combos that y'all have been wearing. If I have some of the scents in my collection, I definitely would love to try some of you guys' combos out. And I will see you guys in my next video.